Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gyan ka Dabba.
ज्ञान का डब्बा।
Now, if you are someone who's in B school and has opted for marketing, or just someone who wants to enter into digital marketing, one of the questions that's in your mind is what is really digital marketing all about? What are the kind of roles that are offered and what really happens once you become a digital marketing manager? So this video is all about decoding what exactly is digital marketing about, and particularly what are the different roles and kinds of job opportunities that are there in digital marketing. If you are looking to start your career in digital marketing, there are really two distinct routes. One is that you join a brand and the second is working with an agency. Now, while there are a few roles which overlap between the two, we will go into what is different and what's similar about both of these roles. So let's get started with certain roles which are common between the both. The first and one of the most important aspects of digital marketing is performance marketing. Performance marketing can also be called the sales side of digital, where you're actually looking to sell products or to generate leads which lead to eventual sales. Now, the performance marketing folks are super important in any company or any team, because they are the ones who really know how to optimize campaigns, which channels should you leverage for getting in that final sale or for generating that final lead which can eventually convert into a sale. So for someone who's in performance marketing, the key metrics would be something like cost per lead, cost per sale, cost per maybe engagement also in some cases, but it's typically based on leads and sales. Performance marketing is a very specialized field within digital, and mostly people who are in performance work only in this domain and really hone their skills here, and they are very useful when it comes to e-commerce companies or really any company which has an online offline model or a complete online model and is looking at sales. The other key role is pure play social media marketing, which essentially means creating content for social media channels. So this would be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, or whatever else platforms that your brand is on. You start by creating content strategies for them, then you actually work on the content creation for these platforms, and then in certain cases you also work on the promotion or helping with inorganic reach through promoting each of these content. Now here it's very important for people in social media marketing to stay updated with trends, stay updated with competition, find out what's new, what's working, what is really trending, to make sure that your content is getting the highest amount of reach and engagement from your target audience. This is probably also the role that most people start off in when they enter the world of digital marketing. The other role is search engine optimization. Now, there is a key difference between search engine optimization and search engine marketing. SEM is actually a part of performance marketing, which we spoke about earlier, which is essentially running ads on Google, Google Search, Google Display, and the affiliate network. Search engine optimization, on the other hand, is how your content or your brand can rank organically when someone searches for a relevant keyword. So for example, if you are selling phones and when someone searches for new iPhone, how can you make sure that your e-commerce sites rank above everyone else when someone searches for that particular keyword? Now, search engine marketing requires a lot of in-depth knowledge about how really Google or search works on the back end, understanding page speed, mobile optimization, keywords, really optimizing at every level for each page, each section of your website or e-commerce site will be super critical in this role. This is again a super important role, and this is a very agency heavy role. So typically it is people who are in agencies who are an expert on SEO, and while you may have an SEO person on the client side, that person will mostly be responsible only for content or managing SEO. The real SEO knowledge actually comes from the agency folks. The next aspect of digital marketing is online reputation management. ORM is basically listening to whatever people are talking about your brand in all of digital media, which includes blogs, news articles, social media, and then responding to them. This for me is one of the most exciting parts about digital, because it's about really connecting with your real customer. So people who work in ORM will typically have a social listening tool which will gather all kinds of data, and then they'll have a small team which sits and segregates these data into positive mentions, negative mentions, and actually does the response management. Now, the way that this role is different for agency and brand managers is that if you work in a brand, you will typically work with an agency who has 2 to 3 people depending on the volume, the search volume, or the mention volume that you have every month. So your job in the brand side will be more of creating a strategy, figuring out how to respond to mentions, setting up SOPs, etc. But for the agency side, it's more about actually doing the listening and responding to each and every mention that comes in for your brand. The next aspect of digital marketing is asset creation. Now, what do I mean by an asset? Is a mobile app, a mobile site, a website, any digital asset which you will create. There are certain agencies and brands which specialize just in this. This is a fairly complex exercise which starts with customer journey mapping, creating UI UX, wireframing, understanding user, how the users are using your particular product. Is it the most favorable experience, to really creating a product which delights anyone who uses it with the perfect UI and UX. Particularly from the agency side, there are a lot of agencies which specialize in this role, and you'll see that anyone who has a technical background and actually has learned coding, etc., does tend to have an upper hand advantage versus, say, commerce graduates like me. The next aspect is influencer marketing. Now, up till 2017-18, influencer marketing was fairly small. It used to just be clubbed in with a normal social media agency or with a normal role. But today, influencer marketing has boomed to a level that there are many influencer agencies whose job is basically to find the right influencer for your brand, make sure that they create the right content, and to really, act as a bridge between brands and influencers. So this is a fairly new and evolving role. When you are in an influencer marketing agency, it's very important for you to find the right influencers, to build relationships with both the influencers and the brand, to find the exact right fit to help create new content. This is a new role, but it's exciting to see how this role is going to evolve and what it is going to end up in the next 2 to 5 years. The other key role which has come up in digital marketing is marketing automation. Now, there are a lot of companies today, for example, like Netcore, who are marketing automation companies which help other brands. So they're more B2B companies, and they help other brands create customer journeys, they help in personalization, customization. Again, typically in marketing automation companies, on the agency side, there are a lot more people with a very heavy tech background. But of course, you can certify yourself and become an expert in a role like that. We all know the importance of personalization today, and this is a role which is going to keep evolving and keep growing. So as you would have seen, all these roles that we spoke about have an impact on both the brand side and on the agency side. When you start your career in digital marketing, what will happen more often than not is that you will start with 1 or 2 of these aspects. So either you could go on and specialize only in that, or you could become a generalist and do a little bit of all of these roles and grow your career in that way. The other aspect is that there are certain roles which are very specific to agencies, particularly business development, client servicing in digital. These are roles which are typically only in the agency. So if you're in client servicing, your job will be to work with the social media manager or brand manager who you are allocated to, and really help co-create strategies for that particular brand. So if you are looking to get started in digital, there is not just one thing. There are so many opportunities for you to pursue, whether it comes to content creation or dissemination, promotion, whatever it is that interests you. There are lots and lots of opportunities out there. So stay tuned for anything new that's happening in the digital space, and try and upskill yourself, because digital changes like that, and it's important for you to always know what's a new trend or something new that can help enhance your skill. If you have any questions on starting a career in digital marketing, do drop them in the comment section below, and we'd love to get back to you. Do subscribe to Gyan ka Dabba for more such content on digital marketing, leadership, HR, and really everything to do with the corporate. We'll see you in the next episode.